Welcome to the RSGPodcast. This is the Rogue One episode. We talk about the Rogue One trailer.
Rouge One.
Rouge
Yes,
One.
Rouge One.
Rouge.
It's the deep rouge.
Yes.
The Deep Rouge.
Yeah, nice deep red there.
Mm-hmm. The best red.
The best red.
But, yeah, so obviously Rogue One trailer. A few other things. What else are we going to talk about tonight?
Not a lot. We can speculate some on what Marvel characters will be joining Spider-Man
It's true.
in its independent movies.
Yes, we did find out, right?
Yes, Kevin Feige has confirmed that Marvel characters will be jumping to these Spider-Man independent movies as well.
Which is an interesting call because we don't even really know if it's already ones that have already been already have movies or if it's going to be completely different characters.
My guess is that the first one will be Doctor Strange.
In the Spider-Man one?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Well, Strange and Spider-Man teamed up a lot in the comics
Well, yeah.
because Strange was the go-to guy for any sort of magical problems.
You say that like he didn't team up a lot with everybody
Well, he did
else.
because like Spider-Man or Strange.
Strange.
Yeah, Strange did because he was the go-to guy for everyone.
Yeah.
If they had magical problems, you go to Doctor Strange. If you have technical problems, you go to Reed Richards. You know, if you have machine problems, you go to Reed Richards.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Science, Reed Richards, magic, Strange. That's how it goes. That's the phone book. And that's it. Just those two names.
It got a little confusing though if you did Cosmos stuff. If there was some
Right.
cosmic powers involved, you go to either or.
Right. It could be either
both-
way. Right.
They both played roles in the cosmic crap.
Yeah. But
Those are
because
the
I
only
think
two names on the fridge
yeah, just that.
Just those
for the
two.
babysitter.
Yeah. But so I do think Strange will be the first team because I think it's the one that makes the most sense, right? Because I feel like it's not going to be Cap,
No.
it's not going to be Tony.
I think a lot of how I'm going to feel is going to depend a lot on what happens with Civil War. Like,
This is true.
I think a lot of my opinion on that's going to be different depending on what happens with Civil War.
Yeah.
So,
He could be Black Panther, maybe.
very well could be. Black Panther actually makes a lot of sense, even though they didn't team up a lot in the comic books, just as another character who is kind of an unknown sort of element.
Right.
I mean, he is going to have his own movie, but
I think the Spider movie is before his movie.
it is before his movie. It was,
So give you
I think
a
his
little
movie was
more
pushed back,
lead
wasn't
in.
it, for the Spider-Man movie?
I thought Thor Ragnarok was pushed back.
Was it Thor Ragnarok? Oh, okay.
Well, they moved it to Thor's spot, which pushed Thor back, but I think that pushed everything else back too.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
It's true. We're still waiting on the third Thor movie.
Yeah.
yeah, which will be after the next Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But why do you think Cumbersnatch is going to be in?
Cumbersnatch.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about how unhappy I am that it's Cumbersnatch to begin with, but
Wibbly Wobbly.
In case you didn't know.
that's because we talk about that every time it comes up. But
Everyone's tired of hearing your
everyone's tired.
opinions.
I'm tired of saying it. Everybody knows by now. So I just think that
First, I think.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I just think it makes the most sense because I don't think any of the other Avengers really fit well into a Spider-Man story. And that's basically the other people who we have in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in the
but
movie universe.
What if they pull a Wonder Woman and they're like, here she is now, you'll get her backstory later. They pull someone else in.
Assuming they're going to get to
I mean, what do you mean doesn't fit well?
Well, like who else? Like War Machine.
Sure.
Like I don't see War Machine really fitting into the
Any
world.
number of B-string actors that are willing to get a paycheck to show up in another movie.
I get it.
Unfortunately, Iron Man and Captain America are not one of them.
See, the reason why I don't think it's going to be somebody like Bumblebee Cumberbun is
Sam
because
Jackson.
Family Jackson.
It could be.
It's
I
gonna be
wouldn't
Sam
be surprised.
He will show up in any movie.
He will show up in any movie.
He'll be in the commercial for any movie as well.
But the reason why I don't think it's going to be him is because that's a lot of extra money to make that movie. I think they're going to take somebody else who's like... I think Black Panther makes way more sense to me.
Someone cheaper.
Yeah, someone cheaper.
Yeah.
What about Falcon?
Someone cheaper.
We'll be happy to be in the movie too, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, he was an Ant-Man, so.
Well, I would say, what about
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man's a possibility as well.
Ant-Man's an excellent...
We go with the whole insect man thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, now it makes now
All
it's more
the other-
convincing. It's more compelling. now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I think Ant-Man's a possibility. I don't know. I just feel like Doctor Strange makes the most sense to me, but the other ones are definitely possibilities, I think.
It could always be Hulk.
It could be Hulk.
You don't got to pay anyone for that.
True. CGI the shit about that. You gotta have Mark Ruffalo there at all.
Yeah, just grunting noises.
Right.
You could get
Which you
stock
could sample from
audio
the
for
rest
that.
of the movies that they've already got. So.
Right.
Right.
No, it could be Ruffalo though, because I could see it being Hulk and it being like a science-based reason why he's there. But we also have Hulk doing who knows what out and wherever right now, and he's not going to be back in Civil War.
Well, I don't think it'll be Hulk because he's supposed to be in Ragnarok, right?
Yeah, he's going to be in Ragnarok, but
Yeah.
doing who knows what.
So, but that's my guess. My guess is that because he's in Ragnarok, we're not going to see him.
Do we know what Ragnarok's going to be about? And don't say Ragnarok or I'll punch you.
Okay, well,
It's probably
the end of the world.
Come here.
I didn't say Ragnarok. I did not say Ragnarok.
It's going to be an Infinity Gem thing, almost certainly.
Yeah,
So they're not going to go with the Hulk world storyline?
I don't
doubt
believe
it.
so.
I doubt it. Hulk World deserves its own movie, right?
They've said
I
that
think
they're-
so.
Yeah.
They've already said that they're probably never going to do another Hulk standalone movie because they feel like it's too hard to tell a story about Hulk in general.
But a main character that can't
Right.
talk or
Right.
emote.
Right. Well, because everybody wants to see the Hulk version of him, but there's no character to the Hulk version of Hulk. He's just the Hulk. So unless they go and do like,
Well, that's
because for a while in the comics he was Smart Hulk, where he was the merged personalities of Banner
The Grey Hulk.
and the Hulk, or he was Grey Hulk for a while. He was even Green Hulk, where he was smart for a while.
yeah.
And if they do that, then they could do a Hulk movie or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I don't see why they couldn't do that. That'd be fine.
yeah, but they've said that they don't have any plans for another Hulk standalone movie at this point.
You know why his pants were purple? It's because in the comic book printing, it was too expensive to add another color to make them something else. And so they just left it at red and
No.
blue.
I did not know that, actually. That's interesting.
Interesting.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, it
It
does.
really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think, but it'll be interesting to see who does show up there and what they end up doing with the storyline
Yeah.
and see if it's actually a good storyline. Because we have a much younger Spider-Man than we've had in the past as well. Which is
Yeah. He's supposed to be
interesting.
like a teenager, right?
Yeah, he's like high
16?
school
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. So we'll have to see how that goes
He
ultimately.
calls them underoos. Probably a nod to his youth.
Yes.
Could be.
Because if he was a normal man, he'd just call him underwear.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But
Well, whoever it is, I'm sure it'll be fun. Because the Marvel movies are fun.
Yes.
The DC movies are not. That's about the only way to put that. Like,
Yeah.
They do a pretty good job with their animation stuff. I spent a lot of last week watching Justice League Unlimited on Netflix or whatever. And it's entertaining, except they've barfed all of their characters into this series. And so now you're like, who the hell am I watching? Who is that? What's their power?
yeah, barfed
I
is
have
actually
no
a really
idea.
good way of describing that.
Right. So, I mean, you need to feed us the characters one at a time.
So who can
Right.
put in this movie? Let's see, we got a
Who we got
woman in
here?
there,
Who we
we got a
Some corn.
cord man. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
good.
I don't know. The DC, like, they got beat at the box office this week, Batman vs Superman did, by Melissa McCarthy comedy.
The Boss?
The Boss.
That one?
Beat them at the box office. Not by a lot, but it beat them at the box office this weekend
Like
to take
getting
number
beat out
one.
by the new Ghostbusters movie.
It's worse than being beat up by the... Because at least the new Ghostbusters has nostalgia behind it.
That's true.
Has people who will be like...
It's got name brand recognition,
Right.
which will give it a lot of cred,
Right.
but it won't earn it.
No, I don't think it will either. But
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, they got beat by the Boss in the box office this weekend here.
Ooh,
We made
for
less
shame.
than $25 million.
Ooh.
So
That makes it sound like it's
Does that
not
movie
gonna.
even make back its money?
It did. It made profit. It's made. I think the budget for it was like just over 400 million, or something like that. I believe.
Yeah.
Like 412 million or something like that, and it's made like 700 and some odd million.
bro, it has a lot of money to do that CGI for Doomsday. For the last half hour of the movie, where Doomsday explodes,
Which is too
lightning.
damn early for Doomsday.
Lightning.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
We all agree.
It's like pulling the ace out of your asshole and going...
Yeah, in the second show.
It may be covered in shit, but it's still an ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. And the whole Death of Superman, I think it's way too early too, but
Yeah.
it happened. So
Like second movie.
it's over. It's happened at this point. We can't stop it from happening anymore. So
I can just treat it like I treat the prequels for Star Wars.
Well, I saw something today
Just
that
never
talked about the
happens.
death of Superman and how it's like an interesting direction to go if they commit to it. But instead, at the very, very end, you see the dirt floating off
Yeah,
his
yeah,
coffin.
exactly.
And it's like, bam, we take backsies. Everything we just did,
Yeah.
just kidding.
We
Yeah,
just
just kidding.
shot it
Yeah.
right in
Yeah.
the face. Yeah, that's I 100% agree. I'm like I would have preferred if they would have bring him back in the next movie. I would have hated it, but whatever. At least in this movie, you've convinced me that Superman has been killed.
right, yeah.
Right.
Just let me believe that Superman's been killed.
Yeah.
For a little while. For a little
That
while.
would certainly make the
Maybe
Justice
you're doing
League
it.
more interesting.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
even wait.
You know, well, they don't get back their God figure.
Right. Let's have to set up for a Wonder Woman God figure instead.
It's like even in like some of the comic books and some of the cartoons, it's a lot of like the rest of the Justice League getting their ass kicked until Superman can get around to helping them.
Right.
That's kind of how it was originally with Doomsday, though. Like when he first came, he was wrecking shit, looking for someone, and people were trying to stop him, and he was killing everybody. And then Superman finally came.
Yeah.
They got killed.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
killed.
but it
Way
was,
to
like,
go, Soups.
it was like a climactic battle, though. Like the two of them took each other out with their last breath, and
Yeah.
they killed each other. It was a cool thing. It was a good thing. But this wasn't.
No.
Like the whole fight with Doomsday felt like pretty weak anyway.
Well, there's a lot of like he wasn't even there for a little while. Like Superman was like, oh,
Because the minute Lois Lane got in trouble, he ditched his friends
yeah,
to go save Lois Lane instead.
yeah. Who, by the way, like just sort of got herself in a
Utter
mess.
retard.
Like, yeah, but
Kind of deserved to drown in that little pool. Just saying.
but then he comes back and then they decide to have like a monologue before he decides to actually fight Doomsday.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like, he's all lassoed up. Like, he's
Right.
basically completely immobile. Like,
Yeah.
they're kind of winning at this point. I don't know.
Well, and like, how did he get lassoed up? Like we didn't even like see that happen. We saw that it had happened.
Right.
We flashed back and like Wonder Woman's got him lassoed, and now Batman's back in action because he spent the whole rest of the Doomsday fight doing nothing, hiding under a rock,
He realized
essentially, or like running away because he can't hang with Doomsday.
Well, he can't see
Not
what's
in that.
anime of Batman, just saying.
Anime Batman would handle Doomsday. You know, pop, pop out, give him both barrels.
Anti-Doomsday spray out of his bat belt.
Right.
Lefty barrel and righty barrel.
Yep. I'm saying Adam West could handle him too. He'd have
Oh, yeah,
his anti-Doomsday spray.
Yeah.
In his bat belt.
Yep. Yep.
It'd be over.
He would have.
So yeah, but the
I just made that joke. You can rewind it and see it.
did you hear that joke? I didn't hear you.
I want credit.
That was a Rodite joke. He made it.
Or was it?
You know who couldn't handle Doomsday, though, is George Clooney Batman.
It's the nipples. The nipples are the problem.
That's the weakness.
That's right.
Doomsday's just like,
Doomsday just
purple nipple!
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway.
So. But yeah, I thought there was a lot of stuff going on in that its final action scene, but none of it was like important or mattered. You know.
It wasn't good. The whole movie wasn't good.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman could take a punch, though.
Yeah, she can.
Took a punch. A few of them.
She cut that guy's hand off.
Is that exciting you? It sounds like it's exciting.
I'm just
Actually,
saying.
it looks like it's exciting.
Visual jokes! But anyway. Alright, let's move on. We also want to talk a little bit about the Rogue One trailer that just dropped
Yeah.
this week. And,
Thursday or Friday? Was it Friday?
I want to say Thursday.
It had to have been Thursday, right?
I
I'm
think
pretty sure it's
that sounds
Thursday,
right.
yeah. I've watched that trailer a lot since then.
Yeah.
Man, I'm actually very excited about it. I think it looks fantastic.
I do think it looks good.
I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I like that it's like immediately grittier looking and feeling. The whole thing has this like wonderful like fatalistic sort of feel to it. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we's gonna die.
Right.
Yeah.
To do whatever it is we're doing. And like you said, I hope that there's a lot of deaths.
Yeah. I hope that a lot of them get dead by the end because we don't need to further confuse the story. Because whenever you go back and tell somebody a story that happened in the past, if you add, if they are like the super awesome heroes afterwards, then you have to wonder where were they in the rest of these other movies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But Disney's not gonna do anything, Deadpoolish.
Well, I don't think they're gonna be.
It doesn't have to be like gory
graphic.
for them to have all died.
Well,
You know what I mean?
can we get a bunch of deaths in a PG movie? Because this is gonna be kid friendly.
Can they fly their ship into like some sort of black hole to stop something that explodes as a sacrifice? Sure.
A lot of people died in the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, it's gonna be a PG-13.
All those poor boffins.
But the entire space station blew up. A lot of people were on that when it blew up the Death Star. Both of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but I mean, when you talk about gritty and you're ready for something real,
I don't think it's gonna be.
We're not gonna get that.
I don't think we're gonna get graphic.
Okay, we're not gonna get Batman versus Superman gritty because that's true. We're not gonna get that dark, but we're gonna get something that's darker than what we got in The Force Awakens, which is very clean. Everything it's very clean. It's very everyone's a good person or a bad person. It's very clear outline. I think this is going to be a lot more gray.
A lot more gray.
It's going to be a lot more like real
That'll be
people.
interesting.
Yes.
Right. It's going to be a lot more like regular people doing the best they can. We don't have Jedi. We don't have the first family of the Force around anymore. There's no Solos. There's no Skywalkers to save the day.
Right.
We're relying on regular people to do regular people things.
It would be interesting if there was no Force at all in this one.
Yeah, and I think other than like Vader, because we know Vader's going to be in there. But on the good guy side, who do we got?
I hope to God there's not any Force, because that's gonna make Vader like a scary motherfucker.
Right. Well, the thing is, when everyone's got it, when like Kylo Ren's got it, and now Rey's got it, and Han Solo's always been sensitive to the Force and stuff like that. When it's everywhere.
Wait, that's one of the things that made the prequels boring. Because the Jedi in the prequel were just boring because everybody, like a ton of them, there were a million of them, and they were no longer special.
Oh, your midichlorian count is high too?
Yeah.
My midichlorian count is high.
We got so much in common.
Every time fucking Yoda took a shit, he shit out a new Jedi.
Yeah.
That's a youngling.
So right, if we keep the Force, kill it quick.
Well, this youngling's green.
Thanks, Anakin. But if we keep the Force user sparse, then it's more meaningful, more powerful, more impressive when it comes on screen.
Yeah.
But if we've got 95% of the movie is going to be people doing things in an interesting way,
Right.
I'm for it. Because then for that 5%, when Vader shows up and goes, die. Then people crap their pants and they're like, we can't fight against this.
Yeah.
We don't
Which
have
is
our own.
exactly what I want to see.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this up. It's not the best example in the world, but Halo Reach, that game was one of these games. Like at the end, the guys were awesome and they were badass, but they were facing like odds that they were never going to win.
Insurmountable odds.
Insurmountable odds, exactly. And so, it made their last ditch effort to win the day like that much more touching and heroic or whatever.
And sacrificial.
Right. And it was awesome. That's really what I want to see is like, we're badasses, but this guy's fucking unbeatable because he's Darth Vader.
But they step into the breach anyway and attempt to stop him or whatever.
And that's what makes it heroic.
Because we can easily kill 4 or 5 people who stay behind and try and delay Vader.
Oh yeah, Vader can just like.
And they end up
crush them.
they end up dying or whatever, but everyone else gets away. And so you could kill 2 or 3 people that way pretty easily.
Yeah.
Without too much trouble, without getting too dark for Disney and their PG-13 rating.
Like I said, it doesn't have to be graphic.
Yeah.
Just gritty.
Yeah.
And you can manage gritty without being graphic, I think.
Yeah.
So, it's not going to be like Jessica Jones or anything up in this bitch.
Which is pretty graphic.
Very graphic.
They're graphic and gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Daredevil season 2 is pretty graphic too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood in that.
Lot of
Daredevil season 2.
Yeah, they're really. Oh, dude, poor Punisher, man. He got his feet drilled.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like hamburger meat coming out of the...
yeah. So vicious.
But on the topic of Rogue One and the awesome trailer that it is, well, actually, before we jump into this, did you see anything in the trailers that stuck out to you?
Yes. I saw that Donnie Yen proved that stormtroopers are weak against earth attacks. Like, you can back at stormtroopers' ass with a stick.
Right.
But, so that goes back and validates Ewoks. Because obviously stormtroopers are weak against sticks. Now you can no longer complain about Ewoks.
Yep.
Validated.
Yep.
Valid.
Validated.
Yep. They all knew Ewok Fu.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, what stuck out to me in the trailer really was the AT-AT scene. And I really like the scene with the new bad guy. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he does.
White Cape.
With his like long white cape, like walking across like the puddle with like all the dead bodies around him.
Yeah.
And he's just walking through like it was nobody, like it was like just like I'm a badass or whatever. I really liked that scene because I'm like, oh, I need to know more about that guy.
You know who I think that is?
Who?
I think that might be, oh gosh. I forgot his name. Now I feel terrible.
Good story.
First Death Star, died on the first Death Star.
Tarkin?
Thank you. I think it might be like a young Tarkin.
You think so?
I hope so.
That would be cool.
Tarkin kind of strikes me as a dude who was kind of BA. Like,
Oh, Tarkin was definitely BA.
and
in the EU books, Tarkin was a bad motherfucker. He
right.
was.
And so I would like to see more Tarkin. I think maybe that might be Tarkin.
Could
He's a
be.
white guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe.
he's a white guy, so yeah, it could be. And they did have a young Tarkin at the end of 3.
Did they?
Yeah, because they had a young Mon Mothma in a deleted scene in 3, and I think they had a young Tarkin too.
Oh, in that same.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but well, they show him like standing next to Vader or whatever while they're preparing to build the Death Star or whatever, like 20 years too early for them to prepare to build the Death Star.
Right.
I mean, Tarkin was one of the only fools in the Star Wars movies, other than the Emperor, who brought Vader to heel.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. But, and there's an
That's
EU.
ballsy.
There was an EU book about it that existed in the EU, but now in Legends, that where that talks about like that's all about Tarkin and how in his relationship with Vader and how they worked it out and stuff like that. It was a really good book.
Yeah.
And in it, he's like, he's a badass.
Awesome.
So-
I'm hoping it's Tarkin. That's what
It
I'm
might be.
hoping for.
It might be Tarkin. That would be interesting to see actually if it was.
Speaking of other characters, something that you had pointed out actually, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but was that the guy with the goatee could be Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn could
Which,
be.
if you don't know who Kyle Katarn is, he was the star of a number of Star Wars games where he starts off as a Han Solo wannabe and ends up as a Luke wannabe.
Yes,
By the end of the series.
that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Attains Jedi status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was also a major player in the EU going forward too.
Yep. He was.
He was a very powerful Jedi, so it could be interesting to see if he is.
Yeah.
And if that is Kyle Katarn, because like I said, we don't know. IMDb doesn't know.
I'll be surprised if it is. And that's
I will be as well.
it's only because they've shown that they're willing to take some things from the EU, but for the most part, it seems like they're shying away from anything that happened in the EU. So I'll be a little surprised if this ends up being Kyle Katarn. But they might just take his name and use it as Kyle Katarn, so it's like a reimagined version of him, perhaps.
Right, of Kyle Katarn, yeah. Could be. And I think it's also interesting to know who we did not see in the trailer. Because we know that Mads Mikkelsen has been cast in the movie.
Yep.
And we saw Mads Mikkelsen nowhere
Yep.
in the movie. In the trailer, we did not also see any Alan Tudyk.
Yep.
Well, I believe Alan Tudyk is supposed to have done motion capture work mostly.
Yeah, he's going to be a droid.
Is he a droid?
I have no
Or an
idea.
alien.
He's one of the little floor, the mouse
He's
droids.
a mouse droid. All of his voice. That's all of his voice work.
That's all his
Booping
voice
and
work, yeah.
beeping. That would be fucking hysterical, actually. But
Wait, did you see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
No.
All right, then there's these guy's got a pet monkey, and the pet monkey's name is Steve, and the monkey only ever says Steve because it's got like a voice translator thing that it can say anything at once, but it only says Steve.
Yeah.
And that's voiced by the guy from How I Met Your Mother, Barney.
yeah.
Oh.
Yes, Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Just saying Steve.
Just say Steve.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve and only Steve.
Yep. So yeah, it would be fascinating to see if that's who he is, but we don't know
Yeah.
who he's gonna be. But
Who knows?
I'm supposing an alien of some sort that is not easily fit into a human costume.
That makes sense, actually.
You know what I mean? Like a Maz Kanata type.
Yeah.
alien who's someone like not necessarily like another Maz Kanata, but someone like who's too small or too skinny or too weird shaped to put into a costume on set.
Or someone who is in a costume, but you just can't tell it's them. It's like what's his name from Force Awakens? The guy that Rey always bought her food from.
Oh, Simon Pegg, who plays
Simon
that
Pegg.
giant, like whatever that guy's.
Yeah.
That's
Simon
That's
Pegg?
Simon Pegg.
That's Simon Pegg, yeah.
Yeah.
He really bulked up.
Yeah, he walked up for that role. He did. He said he ate 12 cupcakes a day for that role.
What? Nah, that can't be true. I eat 12 cupcakes.
Well, you're eating the wrong cupcakes. His are like super protein cupcakes.
Got it.
HGH.
Got it.
She hates cupcakes. That's why he's all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's Simon Pegg.
Alan Tudyk did do some voice acting work in the Masters of Orion re-release
Yep.
game.
Yeah,
So, I
he
mean,
did, yeah.
maybe he's going in that direction a little bit more.
Yeah. Once I know that he was doing motion capture work, so I think he will be an alien of some sort. But we haven't seen that alien. What we did see a lot of is Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah. Who is he in this? Like
he's Ghost Dog.
He's Ghost Dog.
Right.
This is Rogue One: Return of Ghost Dog.
Let me be entirely honest with you. I agree generally with what your idea on Forrest Whitaker is, that when you see Forrest Whitaker, you just see Forrest Whitaker.
Right.
You don't see the character Forrest Whitaker is trying to play. You just see Forrest Whitaker because he's so...
He might as well be Tom Cruise
exactly.
or Jeff Goldblum.
Speaking on Forrest Whitaker and what he said to me in this, it almost sounded like he was talking to a Force user that was kind of doing her own thing or his own thing, and he's like, "Look, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, bad shit's gonna happen to you." Which, I mean, I hate to just throw that out there. There's possibly a Force user, because I mean that same rule could apply to someone playing both sides of the field. But
Right, well, that
it
does-
sounds in that universe more like
I don't think it's a Force user thing. I think you have the right idea. They're sticking with the same theme that they always have, which is this struggle between the light and the dark side. But now it's just with people,
right.
and not a Force user, but just a person who is willing to do some pretty terrible shit to get the job done.
Yeah.
And that's what I think this lady's going to be. She's going to be someone who is not emotionless, but has buried a lot of her emotion underneath layers and layers of scar
Right.
tissue. So
Do
it's
dirt.
yeah. So she's willing to do some nasty stuff to get the job done, and I think that's what that's referring to. I could be wrong, obviously. That's just my thought process, but I honestly didn't mind Forrest Whitaker. I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this. With what he's doing, I was totally down with it. It didn't really bother me at all. I still saw Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought his costuming was interesting. It
was really cool.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he's all dressed in black. You know, and it looks like armor-ish. Like, is he like a mercenary? It's like a bounty hunter
Mandalorian.
or like a Mandalorian of some sort?
I'm kind of hoping he's a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
do too.
mean?
I'm kind of hoping
He-
he's a Mandalorian.
He looked like it was like patchwork armor, but all black, which is interesting because like even like you don't even see often Mandalorians in all black very often.
Well, you don't see very many Mandalorians in the
This is
movies
true.
at all.
I think you didn't see the only thing that now is the cartoon, the Clone Wars. Is that still considered
That is-
canon?
That is
Okay.
canon.
So
That is
So
considered
there's
canon.
they go into the detail of like they go to Mandalore and everything like that, and there's a whole lot of Mandalorian stuff in that. But yeah, you saw. Well, I guess no. There's a couple black Mandalorian
There was.
style armor thing in that.
Yeah, there was.
They were more
In
like
Clone Wars?
guards,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
they also had a black lightsaber. that
Here's
was
a question.
pretty
You've watched the whole thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what happens to Ahsoka Tano?
They don't really do anything with her. Like at the end, she just kind of
She
disappears.
is in Star Wars Rebels though.
What?
Star Wars Rebels is the new animated series
Oh, they bring her back
from
for that.
Disney, and
What
she
time period?
it's between the Clone Wars, like between movie 3 and Rogue One. I want to say like that time
Okay.
frame.
My
I
dad
think it's-
had a lot to say on that topic because he's been following the entire Clone Wars thing. And evidently, when they were going to do the next season of X number of episodes, they had written and done the last 5, but we're working on filling in the story for the first 5. And then Disney took over and said, "You're done. Get out of here."
Yeah.
And they're like, "But we still got work to do." Like, nope, get out of
Yeah,
here.
Disney canceled it. They just
So I think
Yeah.
they released those 5 as like lost episodes or something. They don't really fit in anywhere because they didn't have a chance to tie it all together. And then they went to work on the one that you were talking about.
Rebels.
Rebels.
Because I was wondering the same thing. Like after it was done, I was hunting the internet to find out what happened.
Well,
I was
I mean-
like, yeah, that's it. That's where I learned about Disney putting the kibosh on
She
things.
didn't like I want to know if she like survived the purge and for how long afterwards.
They don't go into detail about
like that's
that.
all like.
Yeah.
She's a fairly big character in that
Yeah.
series. Well, not fairly big. She is like
Yeah,
Well,
one of
it
the
was
main-
nice because she's basically Anakin's apprentice in
Yeah.
this, and so she's got to struggle. Like when he's struggling, she's wanting to be.
Yeah, but isn't Clone Wars supposed to happen between 2 and 3?
Yes, but Anakin
Yes.
does kind of go like you can tell there's some things that he does and that you're just kind of like he's starting to go
Yeah.
more towards.
This is my problem. This is also my problem with the Clone Wars in general. Is that they like inserted characters like her
Ahsoka Tano, yeah.
into Clone Wars, and then like
Doesn't show up at all.
not at all in the third movie.
Yeah, in the third movie, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's weird sometimes. So I don't. But it's all canon now. So my understanding is that in Rebels you do find out what happened to her, and the end of her story.
Okay. Well,
So
I'll wait for that then.
The Clone Wars though was a pretty good animated series. Like they,
it's out on the.
Oh, is it all
it's
done?
Well, I mean, it's a TV series.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it?
Yeah, I think this season is finished. But
Okay.
So you
Well,
could
what I'm
watch
saying is I'm
all of
waiting.
Clone Wars on Netflix, but then
Yeah.
the Rebel thing, I'm not sure where.
I'm saying I'm waiting for the end of it.
you have to steal it from somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm glad that stayed canon though, because that was really good. They had a lot of really good episodes in that. My favorite was the one where it was like so many anniversaries of Akira Kurosawa or something like that. Can't remember which one it was, but they did basically a Seven Samurai episode.
That's cool.
Really, it was really good.
well, a lot of the animated series or the Clone Wars animated series is better than the prequels. All
Oh,
three of them.
definitely.
And on top
That's the
of
correct name.
yeah, and on top of that, like a lot of the characters that are in the little iPhone game come from the animated series too. So you know, like pretty much all the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was all. I had no idea about any of that, and I was watching that. I was like, holy shit.
Well, the Night Sisters have existed in other. I'm not sure if they were in the EU or not, but I know they were in some of the comic books previous to the animated.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Is like there are also a bunch of comic books that are now part of the canon as well.
Yeah, there is a whole bunch of that. Yeah, they released. But anyways, I guess transitioning here, talking about female leads in Star Wars.
Yes.
There is a lot of uproar about this, about Rogue One
yes.
having a female lead. Now, before we go too far into this, I want to ask all of you a question. You all watched Rogue One, the Rogue One trailer. After watching this trailer, did you get the feeling that this was obviously just SJW rhetoric being pushed on you?
When you play MMOs, you always pick a girl because you want a girl to look at when you play. When I watch movies, I don't mind if I watch a girl as the lead. That's fine. I like looking at girls.
Did you have any? Did you feel that like, oh, this is a female lead because we don't have enough male lead. We have enough male leads right now.
Yeah, because we feel like we have to make her a female lead. Like, do you feel like they wrote the story and then we're like, this could have been a dude, but we're going to make it a female because we need to have more female leads, and we're actively making it a female lead for that reason.
I didn't get that
I
impression.
didn't get that impression.
I didn't get that impression either.
My inner feminist did not cry out.
So
I'm not a feminist.
I don't. Well, it'd be your inner MRA, I guess. Maybe that would have cried out.
My male rights activist
Yeah.
Yes.
would have.
Your inner MRA
The hackles
would
have
have,
gone up.
right.
I mean, it makes it a little harder to the story though, because I mean, if you have a guy that's supposed to be the person, it's easier for him to sneak around because he can just dress up like Stormtrooper and then get whatever he needs.
He's still dressed up like a stormtrooper.
I mean, I'm just saying it's easier. Like she's kind of short.
Phasma didn't either.
That's true.
Snap.
You look at her armor. There was no boob spots for Phasma at all.
Yeah. There's no
Okay.
reason why they would add boobs to armor.
I guess I'm just assuming she's short.
Other than to remind everyone that this is a girl.
She's a girl.
Well, I mean, if
Phasma's-
it's a good story, and you don't care who the lead is, boy
Right.
or girl.
You just
or
want the lead to be
alien.
good.
Yeah.
Or alien.
Yeah, I mean,
As long as
As long as
it's
it's
like,
good.
the part.
There are a lot of corporations that disagree with you. They say that these movies are going to sell toys, and they're only going to sell toys to boys. because girls don't buy toys.
And they've been flat out proven wrong already. Like, with the uproar over, like, the lack of Rey figures
Yeah.
that happened, because, like, Rey was super popular after Force Awakens hit, and nobody had it. She was just not around.
Yeah.
Oh, shite.
She was not. Yeah, there was.
They
They
didn't make any.
didn't make it.
Why would they do that?
They didn't make
Because she's not going to be popular.
This is what they said. They went back to like the okay, who's the most popular from the earlier Star Wars? Darth Vader is the villain, so we're gonna make a shit ton of Kylo Ren figures because people like Darth Vader. People love Darth Vader. They love Darth
Because he
Vader.
was a badass.
So we need to make Kylo Ren
not
figures
badass.
because
No
people are
one
gonna
wants
love
his
this
figure.
villain too because he's just like Vader, but he's not just like Vader.
He's a Disney princess.
And they did the same thing. Like the marketing people do the same thing. Like they did the same thing with Captain Phasma. They tried to like push you. This Captain Phasma was like Boba Fett. I mean, Boba Fett has 5 lines
Yeah.
in the original trilogy, and one of them is I fell into the pit. Like seriously, that's one of his lines. Just So, but everybody knows Boba Fett from the original trilogy, and everyone thinks he's a badass because he's sort of got the mysterious thing going on.
He was my favorite.
Yeah, he had like
Yeah.
he had a roughly the same amount of screen time that Phasma had.
Jetpack, laser kick. Yeah.
But Phasma
And less
didn't do
lines.
anything cool.
Phasma didn't do anything, but neither did Boba Fett in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, he did. He stood up to Vader.
Kinda. No, Vader goes, do this, Boba Fett. He's like, but I need them. He's like, don't get your money. He's like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
But Vader said, and don't kill. He's like, I need them alive.
Yeah.
Like stressing that Boba Fett's gonna fuck shit up, but Vader's like, I need you to fuck less shit up
Right.
than you normally do.
I'm just saying they pushed Captain Phasma too much in the pre-movie hype, and I think it ruined her as a.
It did.
Because
It did.
she didn't have because now everybody wants to know everything about her. There's not like any no one's
didn't
like
even have a helmet off scene.
Who's this weird chick with the shiny armor? What's the story behind all that? I'm fascinated. Now I'm interested. I want to
If
know.
they had never pushed her, you just be like, oh, she's like a bleed storm, and you never would have thought about it.
Right.
You never would, other than, hey, she's like a captain, and that's why her armor's fancy.
And then
But
they could've-
you would have not thought twice about it. But since they're like, this is Captain Phasma, she's badass looking. Look at her walk.
right.
Which is what they did in,
Which is what
all,
they
the,
did,
in all
yeah.
the previews. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all about marketing, and the marketing people get involved in a lot of that sort of thing, and I think that they screw a lot of these sorts of things up.
Yeah, and so the history shows that Rey's not going to sell because she's a female, and she's a clothed one at that. So
Yeah.
seriously, like,
You get too much clothes on.
look at the sales numbers. There was an interesting study I saw on the sales figures of the different Leia figures. The slave Leia figure versus the regular Princess Leia figure. It's so ridiculous.
It's like an astronomical.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a huge amount. So they just figured that Rey wasn't gonna sell, and so they didn't make any figures of her. There's very few.
They make very few.
Okay.
Yeah, and their stories came out from like people, toy manufacturers who were like, we talked to Disney and we said, Rey's the lead. Shouldn't we make some Rey figurines for this? No. The marketing people are like, no. These are the figures that we need. We need these people instead.
They had box sets of Finn, of Poe Dameron, of Kylo, and then like the third one, instead of putting Rey in, which is the obvious choice, they put in like
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, Stormtrooper.
No, it was Stormtrooper.
Old
Yeah.
Han Solo.
Just Stormtrooper.
Just Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I'd buy an old Han Solo actually. It's like a slow action figure. His joints are really like tight.
Oh man. But anyways, like so.
His bag doesn't bend all the way forward. He only bends part of the way.
It comes with a little pill bottle with a timer on it. Like, oh, Wednesday, better take the blue one.
But this, we're seeing a change in what's accepted and what's okay and what people, want to see in a main character. It's not necessarily that they want to see somebody who's female, just that when they show somebody who's female and who's a badass, they want figures of this stuff.
Right.
People like these types of characters. They're relatable now. Because it's not just boys who watch this shit anymore. The world's changing at a very, very
It was
quick
never
rate.
just boys, though. Boys were the ones that were marketed to, but it wasn't just boys.
It was mostly a nerd thing, which was considered mostly a male thing.
Sure.
Back when we were kids.
And that's the perception, but not the reality.
When we were kids,
Yeah.
I think it was a lot closer to the reality when we
I think it was.
too.
I think it was very much more closer to.
I mean, maybe not in our personal circles. Like my sisters watched Star Wars too.
My sister.
I know your sisters did as well, but I think that a lot of other girls did not.
And back then, I didn't know girls,
Right.
so
This is true.
I didn't have any like litmus tests.
Right.
Well, I mean, and it's showing in general, and nerd things in general are becoming more and less like gender biased. As far as people who actually like them, like video games for a long time was mostly played by men, boys.
Right.
Now it's
Well, that's probably because it was marketed to them,
Right.
And that's because you respond to what's in the market because that's what's available to you.
You're absolutely
There's
correct.
a lot of societal pressure to like, girls play with makeup. You should play with makeup too.
Yeah.
And more recently, it's been like, fuck you! I don't have to play with makeup.
Right.
I want to play COD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I remember my play school's first makeup kit that I got. When I
Anyways, it's changing. People realize now that you can market this stuff to both sexes.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're hearing out of the MRA community is their dying dreams and hopes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's the death throes of them going, this is my space, I want it to continue to be my space.
Oh, really? That sucks. Because it's just people having fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the movies are fun. The video games are fun. People want to do these things to have fun. And if you want a safe space for you,
That's
play a single
They
player
want a
game.
space where
Right.
they're in
Right.
charge and they're the owners of it.
it's not so much
They
as
have
safe.
control.
They want to be able to because the problem is that
I think that's shitty.
what
agree.
comes with a
just
more
shitty people.
equalized space, what comes with that is things like, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't make all of our characters clad in bikinis and be nothing more than sex.
Sex symbols.
Hey,
Right.
you tell that to the Japanese.
Listen, I've told it to them. We've had discussions about
This
this.
is not going to happen from.
They threatened me with tentacle rape.
I thought you liked it.
No, nobody does.
Not even the tentacles.
Nobody enjoys that. But anyway, so yeah, the point is that this is sort of like the death throes, I think, of them wanting to have their little and it makes no sense. They're completely baseless accusations, and it's literally like, oh, I can't believe they put a female in here. Like, it's not like females are 50% of the population. It's not like they're really rare.
But they don't have their own story, bro. They're not real people.
Apparently so. I mean, and your bias is showing.
Bias. Check your privilege. Oh my gosh.
But I don't know. I have a hard time understanding it, and as much as I don't like to, well, never mind. Yeah, I do. They're fucking morons.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
They're morons. It's a stupid thought process.
Lego will not put out gender bent sets. They don't do that thing because toys are toys for everyone. Boys and girls. Use your imagination. You don't have to have girl specific Legos or boy specific Legos. They're
Right.
just Legos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're just Legos.
Yeah, and I feel
Because that's the way it
that
should
about
be.
video games and movies. Like, what do you mean it's a movie for boys, or what do you mean it's a game for girls?
Speaking of the Lego games, I actually really am looking forward to the Force Awakens Lego game.
I'm looking
Those Lego
forward to
games are fun.
the
That looks-
Batman, the Legos Batman
Oh, that movie?
animated short that's
Oh,
coming
that-
out.
that
I'm
actually
like,
looks
I want to
really
see
funny.
that so bad. That was my favorite part of seeing that Batman vs Superman was the fucking Lego
The
Batman
trailer for Lego
trailer.
Batman.
Like watching the microwave
Right.
turn, heating up his lobster.
Oh, I'd watch that over and over again for the length of that movie, but
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's 2.5 hours of that trailer, man. That's a lot.
it was still better.
Had
Just
more
saying.
storyline.
Yeah.
Plot development.
The plot development makes more sense in the
Yeah.
trailer, that's for sure.
There's only a reference to his beginning instead of having to replay the whole thing again.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Batman's origin
I
story.
hate being reintroduced to Batman. I hate it.
How many times now?
Right.
Because
How
I mean,
many
like,
times?
Every single
They had to
movie.
do it so that they could cop out of the Batman Superman fight later.
Your mom's name Martha?
Right.
Holy shit.
Did we just become best friends?
We just became I
that
think we
is the
did.
flimsiest.
Let's make bunk
That was
beds.
the like,
piece of shit.
and there are people all over the internet like apologizing for it, like, well, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. That connection allowed him to connect to Superman on a human level, and he saw that Superman is a human. I'm like, that
But he's
he
not.
has humanity, and I'm like, that didn't change the problem. It didn't change the fact that Superman could still kill everyone on the planet if he wants to, which is the problem. That's why Batman wants to kill Superman in this movie.
Luckily, Doomsday took
Just
care of
because
that
his
for us.
mom's name is Martha doesn't
Just kidding.
mean it's okay now.
So Superman's weakness is kryptonite, and Batman's weakness is his mom.
Apparently.
Your mom.
I wonder if your mom jokes are
Yeah, your mom
weakness.
just... They just trigger Batman.
They just trigger him.
Yes.
They just trigger
He
him.
doesn't get
I would
angry.
love
He
to see
just
that.
kind of cries a little bit.
how it should have ended.
It just weakens him. He just gets
saw
sad.
Some kid, somebody did a meme, and it was this guy dressed up like Spider-Man, and he was crying over that, and there was this like stick figure body of Uncle Ben's rice laying on the ground, and me dying. Off topic, but funny.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm looking forward to Rogue One. Looking forward to see what we get. You know, we did see one scene of like a guy looked like he was dressed in Mando armor with like dreads, like running, carrying a gun, no helmet. I'm like, oh, I wonder who that guy is too. He looks pretty.
I'm expecting to see a lot of Mandalorian stuff happening in this.
I would hope so. I really do. Yeah.
I expect to see a lot of Mandalorian stuff.
I do expect to see a lot of Mandos. Yeah. So
They're overdue.
yeah,
They're
They really are.
overdue. Didn't show up in The Force Awakens, which upset me since everyone's like, oh, that's the Mandalorian banner. We get to see Mandalorians? Nope.
nope, no Mandos.
Hell no.
Yeah,
No Mandos.
Order of Mando's going to be an 8.
How do you think Phasma's Mando?
Ooh.
No. My call on Phasma is either A, she's going to be a turncoat, or B, she's just going to get killed and never show up again. Like, she's going to die in the first 5 minutes of the next movie and then never show up again.
Poor Gwen.
Well, I bet if she's more important than that, she'll do something. I don't know what she'll do, but she'll do something.
I kind of hope she's a turncoat, honestly.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If she was.
You think she'll ever take her helmet off?
Well, if she becomes a turncoat, then yeah, she won't have to have permission to take her helmet off. She's gonna take it off.
Fair point.
Yep.
Point to Ryan.
They're like, open this door. She's like, no. They're like, do it. She's like, okay.
Okay.
You didn't say Simon Says. You didn't say Emperor Says.
I'm sorry, Great Commander Snoke. They forced me to.
Yeah, it did seem weird. Like, she just, like, capitulated too easily, but...
When you're faced with old Han Solo, what do?
Swoon.
Ryan swooned in the theater the moment he's like, Chewie, we're home. Ryan's like, oh.
Fainted, woke up.
He's like, Chewie, we're home, and I'm in the bed waiting for you.
In your dreams, you're Chewie.
Yes.
I can see Ryan breaking into a Toys R Us, stealing a Han Solo cutout.
I need this.
Just hanging out with him. Going to bars.
Yeah.
It just lays in his bed with a hole in it.
You put a hole in it.
We could go even darker with
Hate
that.
the
With, like,
implications.
flashlights. Well, so I mean, is there much?
Good night, everybody.
Old Han Solo body pillow.
With a hole.
With the hole. Oh, man. You lay down, you're like, hi, senpai.
Yeah, what do they say? Recognize me, senpai.
Yeah.
Notice me.
Notice me, senpai.
That's what it is.
That's
Huh,
all.
senpai, what are you doing? Okay, all right. I think we're done.
Yeah. We're gonna end on. What are you doing, senpai?
Senpai Solo.
Senpai Solo. Well, thanks for coming out. Check us out at iTunes and Stitcher at Random Subject Generator. Also, check us out on Facebook at Random Subject Generator. And check us out on Twitter at RSGPodcast. And online, where you can get to everything, is rsgpodcast.com. So, yeah, thanks and have a good night.